Awesome. Thank you, Darren. Thanks for that awesome introduction.
So tell us a little bit about your story, Samuel.
Well, I'm going to take you guys back to the very beginning. Now, I was raised by a single mother, right? And she's been raising me and my sister for over 20 years now. So growing up, I was always used to being babied by mama, right? So at 18 years old, after high school, I decided not to go to college. And that's when I started getting into, the online industry. I tried, I never knew about mentorship or anything. So I just tried figuring things out. Well, after a couple months of trying to figure things out, not really making anything, I guess because there was no urgency since, my mom was taking care of me. 1 week, we went homeless, right? We were in a car. She told me, pack everything up. We no longer have a home, right? So we have to go in the car. And thinking back on that day, I was there next to my mother, right? She was crying. She was saying how she felt, like a failure, like she felt horrible. Like, how can she let this happen? Because she's always taking care of us. And that moment made me realize that, wait a minute, I've been a failure as a son, right? I was a failure as a son. At least that's how I felt, right? Because I've always been used to being taken care of by my mother and being pampered and all that. When then reality hit me, right, that I was put in a position where I couldn't support my mother or my sister. I could just sit there and watch them cry. And there's nothing I could have said to make it better, right? So shortly after that experience, my mind was all over the place. I gave up on the online world, right? I couldn't figure things out anymore. So after that, I decided to get a job at a factory, right? Because I didn't go to college, right? I wasn't educated past high school. So a factory was the only thing I could do. And I was desperate because my family was on the streets. I had to make something happen, right? I felt like a failure. So I needed to make something happen. So I worked that factory job for about 2 or 3 months. And then it kind of hit me also that, wait a minute, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life, right? I'm 21 years old, by the way, guys. And it kind of hit me that, wait a minute, I'm going to live many more years. And if I stay here in this factory, I can't defend my family if we ever go homeless again, right? I won't be in the position to getting paid $11 an hour. I won't be in the position to even help them out, right? And that scared me. I was operating out of fear. I was scared of being homeless again. I was scared of being put in a position where I just could not do anything for my parents and anything for my mother, especially my mother, right? Because I love her so much. I never want to see her crying again over finances, which then shortly after, Darren, as you know, I reached out to Darren, right? I told him, hey, Darren, look, I'm at the lowest point right now. I need help, right? Give me your link, man. Don't even tell me the price. I'm signing up, right? I signed up to Millionaire Mentoring, guys. This was literally recently, by the way, guys, just so you know, this was recent, right? This was 2 weeks ago. I'm on my 3rd week, right? 2 weeks ago, when I was at one of my lowest points in my life because I was scared. I was always operating out of fear. I spent the first 4 days reprogramming. That's what I was doing there. I was reprogramming my mind because I was still operating out of fear, out of conventional sales of features and benefits, right? Because that's what you usually go to when you're scared because you're desperate. Right? I didn't want to see myself on the streets anymore. So I spent the first 4 days reprogramming my mind, literally going through the videos. And guys, trust me when I say, like, there was nothing technical about it, right? I just had to learn how to interact with people again. I had to learn how to become a leader again, not to just look at people like numbers, right? But look at human beings, like actual real life human beings, like those of you watching this right now, right? Who has real goals, real visions, real dreams. So after those 4 days, on day number 5, I made my first $1,400 every single day since that day. I've been making $1,000. Today, I didn't quite make $1,000. I actually made $500 today. I made $300 yesterday. So there are a couple of days that are, I guess, kind of off, right? But long story short, guys, I'm on track to hit $20,000 this month. I never have to. I actually, this week, I'm handing my mom $1,000 cash. I hope she didn't hear that, right? I'm going to hand her $1,000 cash. And every week I want to be able to do that because now I want my mom to know that we're never going to be on the streets again. I have enough money now in my bank to handle rent for almost a year now, right? For the next year almost. So she can depend on me. And I no longer feel like a failure anymore. Now I feel like a success. I feel great. I feel like I deserve this $1,000 per day now, right? And because of Millionaire Mentoring, like, it gave me that confidence more than the money, more than any of that. It gave me the confidence in myself to the point where I no longer feel like a failure, right? Now I feel like a success story. Now I feel like I can help people. Now I feel like a successful brother that my sister can look up to proudly, and that my mother can, every day my mother tells me how proud she is of me, and that means the world to me. As a son, that means the world to me. And my father looks at me with a shine in his eye, right? He's like, my son just made 10 grand in 2 weeks, right? He's like, damn, son, you made more money than I do in like 5 months, right? And I'm here like, Dad, on Sunday, I'm taking you out to lobster. I'm gonna take him out and take him to his favorite lobster place, because now I have the freedom to do that, right? And I would not be here if it wasn't for Millionaire Mentoring. It gave me the power to do that. It gave me the ability to live a life of freedom. And I know that this year, and I'm affirming this because I know it already. This year I will hit over $100,000. I will, right? The way I'm going, the way the program is, I'm just staying close to Darren, staying close to the fire, staying close to the program. So, I'm a living testimony, guys. Someone can go from literally nothing, from feeling like a failure to, a massive success story. So that's my story, Darren. That's where I'm at now.